Yeah? Hi, thank you for tuning in to the Tom Patelson Show. Yeah, thanks for that suggestion. Absolutely, let's rank the Batman movies. How many movies are there starring the Dark Knight? I had to figure that out first of all because there's lots. And do I include the movies where Batman makes an appearance, or do I include the ones where he's the star? Here's what I came down with. I've got 13 movies on my list to rank, where Batman is the star, or at least one of the major stars in the movie. And I've only got one animated movie. I didn't want to open that bag of tricks because there's lots of Batman movies out there, but I've got 13 Batman movies on my list. Speaking of the animated movie, let's put that one right now. Number 13 from 2017 is Lego Batman. It's the only animated movie on my list, and I wanted to like this a lot more than I did, and I didn't like it very much. That's why it's last, because I loved the Lego movie so much. I loved the Lego movie. It surprised the heck out of me. I love being surprised by a film that I don't think is going to be anything to me. And the Lego movie was charming, so I was hoping for more of that magic in Lego Batman, and it felt pretty flat for me. Lego Batman, number 13. Number 12. You know it would be last. You knew it would be last. You knew it would be anywhere else. From 1997, George Clooney and Chris O'Donnell are Batman and Robin, who star opposite Alicia Silverstone, Arnold Schwarzenegger, and Uma Thurman. Yeah, this is the fourth in the reboot of the Batman series. It was the fourth movie and the third Batman, or fourth Batman, by the time we got to George Clooney. George Clooney was a fine Batman. They got more campy as they went along. Tim Burton's original Batman got a little darker and a little fun, but then started to get campier and campier and campier. Batman and Robin is the closest Batman movie to the 1966 Batman. And the camera angles were always really highly tilted, and Arnold Schwarzenegger's Mr. Freeze is okay. They're trying to recreate the storyline from Batman the Animated Series, which is the best version of Mr. Freeze you can see. But it falls on so many levels. It's just too goofy. And of course, the nipple suit. All right? So number 11. Number 11 is the third from this franchise era right here, is Batman Forever. That is from 1995. Val Kilmer dresses as Batman, and he's a fine Batman. He's not a very good Bruce Wayne, was my thoughts. I see him as Bruce Wayne, and I don't buy him as Bruce Wayne, and I love Val Kilmer. We love Val Kilmer, do we not? We love him in Tombstone, and in Top Gun, and in Real Genius, Top Secret, Jim Morrison in The Doors. Love Val Kilmer. When we were told Jim Carrey was going to play the Riddler, I thought, well, that is perfect. There is no more perfect casting than that, and he's pretty amazing as the Riddler. The rest of the movie doesn't go along with his performance. It's starting that campy era, which then later continued to Batman and Robin. It's okay. And Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face is too campy. He's too maniacal, laughy, crazy. He's not the Joker. He's not the Riddler. He's Two-Face. He needs to be a little more like Aaron Eckhart's Two-Face later on. But yeah, Batman Forever is number 11. Number 10, Batman vs. Superman, Dawn of Justice from 2016. This is on my list because it's on my list. And by the way, my list is how I want to watch these movies, not how I feel they're pieces of cinema or what does the best justice to The Dark Knight. Do I want to watch it? Batman vs. Superman's got some fun scenes, and the appearance of Gal Gadot as Wonder Woman is great, and Henry Cavill, and the two of them pairing up. It ends pretty ridiculously, yeah, and Batman vs. Superman. Not great, and I think they ruined Doomsday as well. But it's on my list, number 10. Number 9 is the first from the Christopher Nolan series, and our first appearance of Christian Bale as the Dark Knight. It is Batman Begins, which has Liam Neeson as our lead baddie. It's a good movie, and a great reboot considering we'd gotten 4 Batman movies where it got campier and campier and campier. Batman Begins are the bare bones knuckle down, and it is a serious, dramatic performance about a realistic Batman Ish. Ish. I like Batman Begins. It doesn't get any higher than that, but rather higher than number 9, but it's a good performance by Christian Bale. Number 8 is the third movie in the Christian Bale Batman. It is The Dark Knight Rises from 2012, and our appearance is Tom Hardy as Bane, as the lead baddie in that one, who's got the funny voice and does this thing. I don't know why he did that. It works, because he's Tom Hardy. We love Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy's great in most everything he does. I thought he was great. It falls here on my list. I can take it or leave it, to be perfectly honest. It's not the greatest portrayal of the Dark Knight. And it's got the big cliffhanger at the end. Did he die or did he not? But we know he didn't die, because you can't kill off Batman. It's like killing off James Bond. Probably not going to happen. Directors are going to suffer hard for the director who decides to kill Batman. Yeah, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Number 7 on my list is the oldest mention from 1966, Batman, with Adam West and Burt Ward, Cesar Romero, Lee Merriweather, Frank Gorshin, and Burgess Meredith. I think I got everybody on there. Oh, it is campy, it is silly, it looks like the comic books of the time as it was meant to, and it's meant to kick off the television show, which was for kids. It's charming and silly and funny, and my favorite moment is when they're dangling from the helicopter over the ocean, and Batman, because the helicopter's on autopilot. I know. A shark leaps out of the water and grabs Batman by the leg, and he asks for the Bat shark repellent, which is on the belt as Bat shark repellent, and it gets rid of his shark. Fantastic. It's also got one of my favorite Batmobiles. The original 1966 Batmobile is still to this day one of my favorite cars to see. And there's lots of copies driving down the road. But I love that Batmobile. Fantastic. Number 6. I'm amazed that number 6 is number 6 where it falls on the list, because it is the Justice League from 2017. This is the version that was released to the theaters, not the other cut, which may be mentioned later. It's got a good Batman in it. Ben Affleck's good in it. I like all of the team-up stuff. I'm kind of a sucker for a team-up movie, so I was going to like this no matter what. But as we saw later, or we find out later, there's a lot of issues with the script, and a lot of stuff doesn't make any sense, and you don't know what's going on. It's like, well, why is that happening? Who is that guy, and how does that show up? But I love when Superman shows up in his blue outfit, the blue and red outfit, and you hear a piece of the John Williams Superman theme for a nanosecond before it's over, which is a shame. They could have used that a little more, I think. But I like that. I like Justice League. As far as a Batman movie goes, it's fine, and I liked watching it, so it's here on number 6. Odd place to put it. Number 6 is the Justice League from 2017. Number 5 is everybody's favorite from the Christopher Nolan series. It is 2008's The Dark Knight, which has the brilliant performance by Heath Ledger as the Joker, which might be one of the best Joker performances ever. Hats off to Joaquin Phoenix, but that's not a Batman movie. Yeah, The Dark Knight. It's chilling, it's wonderful. It's also got the best version of Two-Face, played by Aaron Eckhart, who I think does a really riveting, greasy, gritty job of that. And of course, Christian Bale as the Dark Knight. Yeah, it's a great Batman movie. The Dark Knight's a great Batman movie, and it goes to number 5. Number 4. Now we go backwards. Now we start to show my age and why my top lists are the movies that they are. Number 4 is Batman Returns from 1992. The second time we see Michael Keaton as Batman, and he's playing opposite Danny DeVito as the grossest version of the Penguin ever. Next to the animated series where they show him eating live fish. But yeah, it is the scariest, creepiest version of the Penguin, and it makes complete sense. It works great in the story. I think it holds up, not to mention Michelle Pfeiffer as Catwoman. Michelle Pfeiffer in the Catwoman outfit. You know, what are you going to do about that? And it's got the creepy beginning of how she becomes Catwoman. I can take or leave that origin story, to be perfectly honest. I really can. But the Penguin is what makes that brilliant. It is Tim Burton's directed Batman Returns from 1992. Only 3 left. Number 3, one word, Snyder. It is the Justice League, the Snyder Cut, 4 hours, and I was in from the beginning to the end. I thought it was masterful. Now, I don't know if I would have liked it as much if I would have saw it by itself, but because I'd seen the Justice League 4 years earlier, waited for the Snyder Cut to come out, it answered all the questions, it fleshed out the things you thought were missing, it gave you what you wanted from the original, which makes this the original. But I love the Snyder Cut. It's a great Batman movie, it's a great team-up movie. I love all the character development, I love all that crap. It's great. I loved the Snyder Cut. Hats off to the Snyder Cut and for being a brilliant Batman movie. Number 2. We really do bag on the new Batman, don't we? We really do. So when we found out that Robert Pattinson from Twilight was going to be playing the Dark Knight, nobody really gave him a chance until we saw the movie, and The Batman is spectacular. The Batman from 2022, which is in all of the movies on my list, is the first time we see Batman as a detective. He is billed as the world's greatest detective in the comics, but in the movie versions and even in the animated versions, he sits down at a giant computer screen and asks the computer, "Where's this guy?" And then he pops up. So much for detective work. But Robert Pattinson as Batman, it is realistic as you want, it's gritty, it's entertaining, it's riveting. It is a thriller. It's the first movie that's a real thriller where you're wondering what's going to happen next, rather than Batman shining and rather crashing through the windows on his bat hook. And at the end, when he's in the water and he lights the flare and he's stepping out and he's beat to hell, but he's the hero. He goes in to save the innocent. He is the hero, and you finally see it. The Batman, 2022, wonderful Batman movie. Now, because I am Generation X and I was born in 1969, yeah, you know what number 1 is. Of course you do. It's from 1989, Tim Burton's Batman, which is the first time we see Michael Keaton as Batman and Jack Nicholson as the Joker. It's so fun. It's so great. I think it really is an age thing because that was the first Batman I had since Adam West, since the Super Friends. Since Saturday morning cartoons, we had no Batman. There was never a Batman. And the idea was going to be a serious Batman movie in the theaters. Well, we all went opening night. We all went as soon as we possibly could, and seeing Michael Keaton, who I love Michael Keaton. Michael Keaton's like Tom Hardy. I'm in for anything he's doing. I like him a lot. Michael Keaton. Lovely Michael Keaton. Fantastic. And Jack Nicholson, of course. Of course. He's a great Joker, he's a fun Joker, he's a believable Joker. You got the music from Prince, you've got all the angles, you've got all the dark scenes and all the shadows, and Tim Burton's got that gothic style that you kind of fall in love with. I mean, yeah, it's probably because of my age that I put it so high. It's probably true. But for me, 1989's Tim Burton directed Batman is my number 1 Batman movie. That'll do it this week for the Tom Patelson Show and my ranking of all the Batman movies. Thank you, Benny, for the suggestion. Absolutely love that. Tune in next time when I'll be ranking your favorite movies. I'll be talking about pop culture. I'll be talking about movies and board games and whatnot. Let me know what you want to talk about. Let me know what you're geeking out about. Let me know you're a nerd. Until I see you next time, as always, peace, love, live long and prosper. And I mean it.